Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Dear students, welcome to biology online classes. The new chapter what we are discussing today is about principles of biotechnology principles and process under the CET NEET topic. So take out the worksheet number 1. We'll discuss some good amount of questions. Okay, question number 1. Rising of dove is due to A. Multiplication of yeast, B. Production of carbon dioxide, C. Emulsification, D. Hydrolysis of hydrolysis of wheat flour, starch into sugars. Rising of dove is due to production of carbon dioxide, option 2. So the production of carbon dioxide, so for example in bread making, yeast is added to the dough in order to facilitate the rising of the bread. So the yeast cells use the carbohydrates which are present in the flour as an energy source in the process of cellular respiration. So in aerobic respiration, water and carbon dioxide are produced as the byproducts. But in case of anaerobic respiration, alcohol and carbon dioxide are produced. So it is the carbon dioxide gas which causes the dough to rise. So the yeast die due to the alcohol content of the dough, and the alcohol evaporates while the bread is baking. Now what is emulsification means? Dispersing of one liquid in a second immiscible liquid. For example, oil into water. It's called as emulsification. You have studied. Okay, let's move to the question number 2. An enzyme catalyzing the removal of nucleotides from the ends of the DNA is A. Endonuclease, B. Exonuclease, C. DNA ligase, D. HIND3. Answer is B. Exonuclease. See, exonuclease remove the nucleotides from the ends of the DNA, whereas the endonuclease make cuts at specific positions within the DNA. So DNA ligases are nothing but the joining enzymes, or also called as the sealing enzymes, and they forms the phosphodiester bonds between the adjacent nucleotides. So where it is covalently linked the two fragments of the DNA. Now what is HIND2 means? It is Haemophilus influenzae 2, type 2 restriction endonuclease. First restriction endonuclease. So this recognize the particular double stranded DNA sequence. For example, I write on the board 5 prime. See, this GT, I write this GT, then pyrimidine, then comes the purine, and then AC, say 3 prime, then here 3 prime, GC, TA, purine, here pyrimidine, comes AT, CG, then 5 prime. Now it will make the cut at this particular point, see here. So this is what is the recognition site. This is the recognition site for what enzyme? HIND2, that is Haemophilus influenzae 2 restriction endonuclease. So which are the purines? Purines P is equal to purines means adenine and guanine, and pyrimidines is equal to thymine and cytosine, correct? Okay. So any pyrimidine or maybe any purine in that specific region, it will make the cut. So it is the restriction endonuclease. Then coming to the next question. Question number 3. The transfer of genetic material from the bacterium to another through the medium or through the mediation of a vector like virus is termed as a transduction. The answer is transduction. So transduction means it involving the viruses. So these are the bacteriophages which infect the bacteria. So transduction is the process through which the DNA is transferred from one bacterium to another by virus. So the bacteriophages function as a vector, transfer the DNA from donor bacteria into the recipient bacterium. So the transfer of bacterial genes by the phage first discovered by a scientist called as Lederberg. Discovered by Lederberg. Lederberg and one more scientist and Zinder in 1959. Sorry, 1951. Zinder. These two scientists. In Salmonella typhimurium, they have discovered it in Salmonella typhimurium. Salmonella typhimurium, a bacteria. In this bacteria, the bacteriophage virus introduced the DNA. That is called as the transduction. So there are mainly two types of transduction. One is generalized transduction. One is the generalized transduction. ಏನು ಹಾಗಂದ್ರೆ generalized. Generalized transduction. Here in this case, in this particular type of transduction, that is the generalized transduction, each part of the bacterial genome has approximately the same probability of being transferred from one donor to the recipient bacterium. Whereas another case, that is called as specialized transduction. Specialized transduction. So one generalized transduction, mattondu specialized transduction. Once again, generalized transduction means in this type of transduction, each part of the bacterial genome has approximately the same probability of being transferred from donor to the recipient bacterium. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಡೀ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ genome, okay, bacterial genome has approximately the same probability of being transferred from one donor to another bacteria. Whereas specialized transduction means only a few specific donor genes can be transferred to the recipient bacteria. Only specific ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ವೈರಸ್, ಈಗ ಇದೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನೋಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಜೀನೋಮ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಫೇಜ್ ಇದೆ ವಿಚ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ genome of the bacteria. Any part of the genome it can be introduced. That is called as generalized transduction. Only specific genes if they are introducing, then it is called as the specialized transduction. Okay, ಯಾವುದೇ genome it can be introduced, ಅದು generalized transduction ಆಯಿತು. The specific ಇದರದ್ದು DNA or the genome it is introduced, then it is called as the specialized transduction. So specialized transduction means only few specific donor genes can be transferred to the recipient bacterium. So They will not ask in the exam because it is not there for your syllabus, but for extra information I have told about these two types. But only the thing you have to remember, what is transduction. Transduction means the introduction of the genetic material from a bacteriophage virus into the bacterium, that is called as the transduction. ಅಷ್ಟು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾರಂದರೆ ಲೆಡನ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಜಿಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1951 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಸಾಲ್ಮೊನೆಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಫಿಮ್ಯೂರಿಯಂ. ಅಷ್ಟು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Next, what is a conjugation means? So the temporary union of two bacteria or unicellular organisms for the exchange of the genetic material, that is called as conjugation. You have studied conjugation ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನು ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಯುನಿಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ ಅದು ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ದೇರ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್? Okay, so in molecular biology and genetics, it is the genetic attraction of a cell resulting from direct uptake or the incorporation of exogenous genetic material from its surrounding through the cell membrane. This is how transformation can happen. I told, for example, if there is any bacteria and if this bacteria is having a particular genome, you want to introduce, for example, a foreign DNA, okay, into this. If you want to introduce a foreign DNA or the gene of interest into this, you have to take out this, correct? Take out this. Then you introduce this gene of interest into this genome and then you transfer it to the bacterial cell so that a transformation occurs. A transformation occurs in the bacterial cell. So this is the gene of interest and this is the bacterial genome. So you introduce the gene of interest into the bacterial genome and then transfer it to the bacterial cell and the transformation takes place. So that is about question number 3. Let's move to question number 4. Now, which of the given statement is correct in the context of observing DNA separated by the agarose gel electrophoresis? The right answer is option D. The ethidium bromide stained DNA can be seen under exposure to the UV light. Now, what is the gel electrophoresis? Agarose gel electrophoresis. There is an agarose gel where the separation of the charged particles, here the DNA being negatively charged, they will take place in the gel according to their size under the electric field. So when you apply the electric field, the smaller DNA particles or the fragments, they will move farther apart in the gel, whereas the larger one will not move farther apart. So, and that separated bands can be visualized by using what? Ethidium bromide. So that ethidium bromide stained DNA can be seen under the exposure to the UV light. So why the ethidium bromide are added here? Because the DNA binds with the molecule and the binding pattern can be seen. So by the addition of this ethidium bromide in the gel, it will be very easy and visualize in the getting the DNA pattern and the result of electrophoresis. So one can easily find out because DNA particles ge hogi ethidium bromide will bind effectively, so that you can make the visualization very clearly. Next, question number 5. The restriction endonuclease, the restriction in the restriction enzyme refers to what? A. Cleaving of phosphodiester bond in DNA by the enzyme. B. Cutting of DNA at a specific position only. C. Prevention of the multiplication of bacteriophage in bacteria. D. All of the above. Restriction andre enu? It is prevention of the multiplication of bacteriophage in bacteria. That is called as the restriction. You have heard about restriction endonuclease. So, what is the exact meaning of this restriction? So, restriction endonuclease or the enzyme, you call it as the restrictase. Or restriction endonuclease ಎರಡು ಹೆಸರಿಂದ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆರ್ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಟ್ಸ್ ದ DNA into fragments at specific recognition sites within the molecules to stop the foreign organism from causing the further damage. So, for example, in the bacterial cell, if you take the restriction enzymes, they cleave the foreign DNA, and this is the way they are eliminating the infecting organisms. Restriction enzymes can be isolated from the bacterial cells and used in the lab to manipulate the fragments of DNA containing the genes. So, a bacterium which uses the restriction enzymes to fight against the bacterial viruses, they are called as the bacteriophages or the phages. While infecting a bacterium, the phage inserts its DNA into the bacterial cell for the purpose of replication, for the multiplication. The restriction enzymes prevents the replication of the phage DNA by cutting it into many pieces. For their ability to restrict the number of strains of bacteriophage to infect a bacterium, they were named as the restriction enzymes. So, a specific sequence of nucleotide bases was recognized by the restriction enzymes. You have seen one of the sequence. So, these regions were called as the recognition sequences or the recognition sites, and they are randomly distributed throughout the DNA. So, when a restriction endonuclease recognizes a sequence, it splits the chemical bond between the adjacent nucleotides of the DNA molecule through the process of hydrolysis. In this manner, by disguising, means by cheating their recognition sequences, the bacteria prevent their DNA from being degraded. So, enzymes are called as methylases to add the methyl groups to the adenine or to the cytosine bases within the recognition sequence, and thus protect itself from the endonuclease by modifying them. Now, see, there is any bacteriophage. The bacteriophage which infect what? The bacteria. But if this bacterial cell is having a restriction endonuclease, for example, this is the restriction endonuclease, which can cut this. ಏನಡಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ DNA ಇದೆ, ಈ DNA ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. But this restriction endonuclease, they are having specific DNA sequences and they have the ability to recognize a particular recognition site of the bacteriophage DNA or the genetic material, and they will cut this and break into fragments and pieces, specific positions at specific sites or points, so that it will not incorporated with the bacterial genome, and hence it gives the protection to the bacterial genome. So that is the importance of this restriction endonuclease, which cuts the bacteriophage DNA or the genetic material and protects the bacterial self by the infection with the virus. Then you may ask, sir, restriction endonuclease is there, but if it cuts the genome of its own bacterial cell, no, it cannot happen, because there is addition of at the region of adenine or cytosine methyl group. What is added? Methyl group. That is called as methylation. That is called as methylation. So ಆ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅದರ ಓನ್ ಜೀನೋಮಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೆಥಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಜೀನೋಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಗಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, so more than 3000 restriction enzymes have been studied till now, and out of these 3000 enzymes, more than 600 are commercially available. More than 600 are commercially available. So the restriction enzymes are available, are mainly used in the labs for the modification of the DNA. So this can also be used as a tool for molecular cloning, for purpose of cloning. Okay, there are different types of restriction endonucleases, like type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. All these different types are categorized based on their composition. Adralli ಏನು composition ಇದೆ, and the requirements of cofactors of an enzyme. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಕೋಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೀಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೋಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್. ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ 1, ಟೈಪ್ 2, ಟೈಪ್ 3, ಟೈಪ್ 4 ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ನೋ ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್. Shall we move to the next question? Okay, next is the question number 6. A recombinant DNA molecule can be produced in the absence of the following: A. Restriction endonuclease, B. DNA ligase, C. DNA fragments, D. E. coli. A recombinant DNA molecule can be produced in the absence of where? Now analyze this particular question. So it may required for the expression of recombinant DNA molecule. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, recombinant DNA molecule can be produced in the absence of restriction endonuclease ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, DNA ligase ಬೇಕು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕು. DNA ligase ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಕಟ್ ಎಂಡನ್ನು. DNA ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ಈ ಕೊಲೈ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕೊಲೈ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA. ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNAನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ, ಈ ಕೊಲೈ ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ, ಈಗ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಸೆಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಈ ಕೊಲೈ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಇದೆ. ಆ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀರಿ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ RDNA ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಬೇಕು, ಈ ಕೊಲೈ ಸೆಲ್ ಬೇಕು. Understood? Otherwise they don't require, otherwise for the technique or the process of recombinant DNA technology there is no requirement of the E. coli. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Okay. See question number 7. In agarose gel electrophoresis, DNA molecules are separated on the basis of A. Charge only, B. Size only, C. Charge to size ratio, or D. All of this. I already explained. In agarose gel electrophoresis, DNA molecules are separated on the basis of the size only. Smaller is the size, they will move farther away in the gel, and larger is the size, they will not move farther away in the gel. So that is simple. Next question number 8. The most important feature in a plasmid to be used as a vector is, that is origin of replication. In other words, it is called as ori sites are important, origin of replication. Now see, origin of replication is a sequence from where the replication starts. That is what is called as the origin of replication. And any piece of DNA when linked to this particular sequence can be made to replicate within the host cells. So this sequence is also responsible for controlling the copy number of the linked DNA. So if one wants to recover many copies of the target DNA, it should be cloned in a vector whose origin supports the high copy number. So the correct answer is the origin of replication, or ori. Next question. While isolating the DNA from the bacteria, which of the following enzymes is not used? While isolating the DNA from the bacteria, which of the following enzymes is not used? A. Lysozymes, B. Ribonuclease, C. Deoxyribonuclease, D. Protease. Which one? Now, why the lysozyme enzyme is used? The lysozyme is used for the breaking the membrane which surrounds the DNA, correct? DNA cell wall ಏನಿದೆ, cell membrane ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. DNA ಅನ್ನು ಸರೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ. Ribonuclease is used for removing the RNA. So protease is used for removing the protein. So all these steps are very important in extracting the DNA from the bacteria. And deoxyribonuclease would digest the DNA, and hence it is not used for isolating the DNA from the bacterial cell. So the correct answer is the deoxyribonuclease. So deoxyribonuclease enzyme ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದು DNA ಹೋಗಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಬೇಡ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? So the right option is the option C. Next, question number 10. Which of the following has popularized the PCR, polymerase chain reactions? A. Easy availability of DNA template. B. Availability of synthetic primers. C. Availability of cheap deoxyribonucleotides. D. Availability of thermostable DNA polymerase. The right answer is the availability of thermostable DNA polymerase. Very, very important question. In the PCR, means the process of replication of DNA is repeated many times, correct? The segment of the DNA can be in 30 cycles, one can produce 1 billion copies. You studied, no, in theory class. So the segment of DNA can be replicated approximately 1 billion copies, and this is done by use of the enzyme, that is thermostable DNA polymerase, which is isolated mainly from the bacteria, that is the thermostable bacteria, that is Thermus aquaticus. So the availability of this thermostable DNA polymerase popularized this PCR. So that is the right answer is option D. Option D is the right answer. So which of the following is popularized the PCR reaction? That is the thermostable DNA polymerase. What is It is obtained from the bacterium Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus. So dear students, in this particular session of the CET NEET, that is biotechnology, principles and process, we have studied 10 good amount of questions, and we will discuss in our next class the remaining questions. So take down all the important points which I have written on the board, as well as take down my lecture notes. And thank you students for watching the video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.